My lords, today I shall detail a report regarding a subterranean empire, who it would appear during excavations of a colony planet uncovered something quite wondrous indeed. Dr. Collins investigates. During routine surveillance of the Zeta cluster, we identified an Arctic world. The world had indications that a civilization once lived and thrived here, and further investigation concluded that an arthropod race called the Staltons once colonized this world several millennia ago. They appeared to have been a subterranean empire with an authoritarian government type, and appeared to revel in using slave labor to produce basic resource across their empire. Quite what the conditions would have been like for these poor souls, we can only imagine, but it was likely that they were forced underground permanently and worked day and night. It would appear that these slaves were heavily involved in mineral extraction on this world in particular. The cave network under their subterranean cities is quite marvellous, stretching hundreds of kilometres deep, honeycombing throughout the planet's crust. During excavations of this cave network, it became apparent that some form of calamitous event has occurred here. It appears that the previous occupants left in quite a hurry. We have found several data terminals and hacking attempts are ongoing, but we hope to find some log entries that will detail further what happened here. Several weeks have now passed and we have managed to explore much of the cave network that honeycombs the planet. We have also successfully managed to translate several logs detailing at least some of the events that happened here. I shall read them for you now. Geological surveys have revealed that the planet is richer in minerals than we first thought. After calibrating our sensors to penetrate deeper into the ground, we have discovered several promising mining sites. Should we direct additional resources to probing efforts, we might yet uncover deeper veins of useful ores. We have found that unlike other planets we have encountered during exploration, probing the surface of this world is quite a tedious process. Our scanners are not reacting well to the ground composition, and shifts in the geological layers mean that we have to recalibrate them each time we use them. Nevertheless, we have discovered more exploitable veins of high quality ore. Their depths make the logistics of the mining operation more complex than usual, but it will take more than that to stop us. There is no assurance that an additional probing operation will lead us to more mineral veins, but we shall find them. No matter how deep the minerals are hidden, we will find them and extract them. After all, it is what we do. Others might give up when confronted with unstable grounds, great depths, or the logistics of maintaining transport tunnels, but we do not. The underground is our home, and if we know where to look, it will provide. The lower we go, the higher quality and quantity of the ore. Our latest samples have even hinted at the presence of rare crystals, deeper still. We are reaching new depths in our mining operations. As predicted, we are encountering clusters of rare crystals that shine in vivid hues of oranges, yellows and reds, as the light passes through them. At times, it looks as if a brazier is illuminating the caves where we find them, casting shifting shadows on the walls. We have also made a puzzling observation. It looks as if over the millennia, these crystals have been slowly migrating towards the centre of the planet. We are confident that there will be more to find if only we dig deeper towards the core. Our mining operations continue, but we have begun to encounter unexpected difficulties. These are ranging from mild tremors to shifting crystal veins. Something is going on. Despite all our experience in subterranean tunneling, we have no idea what this is. These circumstances are making it hard to work in secure conditions, and we have already lost several cohorts of slaves and ore in unpredictable accidents and collapses. The setbacks, though costly, ultimately matter not. The life of the slave pales in value to the worth of the ore that we can extract. Operations will continue. As our surveyors delve ever deeper, we are finding more and more crystals littering their paths. Finally, we reached a gigantic cavern, many hundreds of miles deep into the planet. As our surveyors delved ever deeper, we found more and more crystals littering their paths. Finally, one of our deepest research teams reached a gigantic cavern, many hundreds of miles deep into the planet. But suddenly, we lost communication. The last thing that we know is that they were in the process of setting up lights and various sensors to study the cave. A comms channel was left open. All we heard was screams, pain, death, and destruction. I shall play it for you now. The cause, however, was soon revealed when the other geological surveyors detected multiple echoes tunneling at tremendous speed towards our colonies. Not long after, amid quakes and tremors, we were attacked by a crystalline entity of tremendous proportion. It is not unlike the spaceborne crystals, but it seems to be highly aggressive and capable of using the reconstructive capabilities of its kind to reshape its body in an instant. While the core of the entity remains buried deep, it spawns tentacle-like appendages that dig through the ground looking to attack us or to absorb more crystals to grow larger. Projections are grim, and we might be looking at the end of our colony. Our defense force is not equipped to deal with this level of attack. I suggest that we pull back the personnel we can and leave the planet to this creature. No amount of minerals or rare crystal will be worth the effort required to dislodge this entity. It would appear that after these events, the Stellatons abandoned the planet, leaving the immense amount of resource buried deep inside the planet's core. Despite our own excavations, we have yet to come across the crystal entity, who we assume remains buried deep somewhere. Investigations continue, but I have relayed communications back to Earth regarding our situation. They are sending a significant contingent of newly produced mechanized troop transports, hunter-killer machines, designed to kill without morality or hesitation. Perhaps they will be handy should this entity still live. We've sent out waves of surveillance drones to map the deepest parts of the cavernous tunnels, and we can now confirm that the crystalline entity exists. Our cohort of hunter-killer drones has arrived. Sleek and metallic, they resemble humanoids. Their matte black armor is designed to seamlessly blend into the shadowy recesses of the underground world. The machines stand roughly 3 meters in height. Each one is equipped with advanced sensors, including infrared and sonar. They will detect even the slightest movement in their target. We've armed them with mining lasers and cutting blades. They should have no problem dealing with this creature. After a grueling campaign, the crystalline entity dwelling at the heart of the planet has been defeated. The final battle took place deep underground, in the cave housing the core of the crystal behemoth. And only after did we manage to shatter it did the beast stop fighting. Its various appendages disintegrated, losing cohesion at molecular level and sprinkling crystal dust across the planet. The innumerable tunnels left in the wake of the crystal tentacles are going to help us a lot in our efforts to mine the exceptionally rich minerals composing this world. As for the origin of the entity itself, we are left with many questions. But we may have just gained some insight in the way that the spacefaring crystalline entities are created. We lost several hundred robots in the engagement, but they performed well enough. I shall recommend their use again should the environment suit. However, given the opportunity, I would quite like to test the qualities of the Xenomorph ground division. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear another, please click the video on screen now.